What's up? Great to see you guys. Hope y'all are doing awesome today. I want to share some more lessons. You guys know I love learning and I love sharing my lessons that I learn for those of y'all that may dig learning as well, especially in the area of leadership and influencing others. So how does humility position you? So lots of lessons here I'm going to throw at you, but one is, so I was super consistent at Jitsu prior to a trip that we just took. We went to Nashville on business and pleasure, had a great trip. We stayed at the Gaylord Opry Hotel, which is an incredible hotel all by itself. And the first day there did surfing. Some of you guys may have seen the video that I posted of me surfing. Well, what you don't know is, or what you didn't see is, how many times I biffed, face planted. But then also the last time I did it, of course, how it works is, here's one lesson. I got the big head, right? Cocky. I thought I was all that in a bag of Sun Chips and think I can surf now because I did it for I did it maybe 3 times in a row. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm the next Laird Hamilton. But like the Big Papi version, the Nacho Libre version of Laird Hamilton, who is a famous surfer, get on there and completely pull my groin muscle inside of my leg there, and totally did the splits, like totally. And so I was out, no jits for a whole week. Was not super excited about that. So boom, as what happens with me, if I don't work out, I gain, I look at a carb and it rear naked chokes me until it, so it just, so boom, gained weight. I'm feeling dumpy diapers now because I hadn't worked out in a whole week. At least that was my excuse to not work out, because I'd pulled my groin. So I didn't go to Jits yesterday. I chose the weak answer, the weak route, instead of I chose comfort over character, which is another lesson, to don't do what I did. So again, this is called hypocritical leadership here. Hypocritical leadership lessons from Noble. Oh my goodness. There we go. I could write a book on that, man. Here's what you should do. So I missed it yesterday. Well, today I'm like, man, I'm feeling bummed out. I'm feeling fat, feeling McFatty. What are you laughing for? There's no peanut gallery over here. So I'm feeling like Fatty McFatty. I'm not wanting to go to jiu-jitsu because I've lost my momentum. I've gained weight. I haven't been doing PT. I haven't been doing jits. And of course, as it would have it, my kid, who's as predictable as Rolex, her and my awesome wife, so she's like, Poppy, we doing jits or what? And I'm like, she's like, Poppy, hey, can you take me? And of course, Kathy's like, hey, can you take me to jits? And of course, I'm not, I'm not feeling like I want to do jits, but I'm thinking, well, snap, if it's my kid's class and I'm going to take her because, it frees up Kathy to do her stuff. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll take you. Well, then I'm like, well, I don't want to go to jits and not do jits, because now all my buddies will be like, dude, why aren't you rolling, right? So I don't want to, be the weak sauce. Of course, I also want to set a good example for my kid, minor detail. And so, boom, so she rocks her class, totally rocks it, and I'm like, oh, here comes my class. And I'm just thinking, oh, man, I'm feeling dumpy diapers, I'm feeling negative Noble, and, trying not to let the teeny heart syndrome monster, choke me out.
But Miss Teeny, why is it?
Right. And so boom, did the class. It was all technique today. It was great. Coach Matt, he's an incredible instructor. Amazing. And that's another lesson is, who are you learning from? He is literally a world-class champion. He's a world champion. But you know how many times I have heard him mention it since he won? Never. Which is like, I'm like, dude, if I ever became a world champion jiu-jitsu guy, are you kidding me? I would have that tattooed on my forehead, man. What? Maybe not that extreme, but oh my god, anyway, I'm surrounded by humble killers, right? These guys are just so humble leaders, and which creates an amazing learning environment. Another lesson, amazing learning environment when you're humble. a humble leader, a humble instructor. And so boom, class was done, and the teaching part of the class was done, and then the last, because it's interesting, they do, because we homeschool with, it's called Classical Conversations, and they use it's called a trivium, is the fancy Latin word, but it's grammar, dialectic, and rhetoric, or crawl, walk, run, we say in the Army. But they start off with kind of basic instruction, then you drill it. So they start grammar, and then they go into dialectic, you drill a little bit. Then the last 15 minutes of the class is rhetorical, so to speak, where you roll, like live rolling, and you 5-minute roll or 6-7-minute roll, and then you 30-second rest, and then you roll again, you change your training partner. Well, anyway, so boom, I rolled, right? I rolled a couple guys there. Great, it was, and it felt great to be back in the mix. Felt great, right? Because those endorphins, which is another lesson. Man, when you're feeling bummed out, depressed, dumpy diapers, whatever, negative noble, just do something, man. Do something. Get the endorphins going. Be like, I don't know if she's still on here, but is that Big Zack Attack? What? Zack Attack, what's up, homie? Be like Zack Attack and do a million projects and crush everything that you do. Or, I don't know if Christina's still on here, but Chris Keenan, another one of my great homies. She's amazing. She's like Forrest Gump. I'm going to start calling her Christina Gump, because she like runs everywhere. And I like run to Taco Bell. I run to snacks. I run to bed, So just do something. Get your endorphins going. Right? So anyway, so I thank God that I rolled. Well, here's another lesson. So I had to go, right? I got another appointment and I'm already late for, but so I'm like, man, but there's one guy who he hadn't rolled yet. Who's had no partner. So I'm like, man, I told Elena, I said, amor, let me just roll one more time. It's a 5-minute roll. Let me just roll one more time. Boom, roll with the guy. He's a new guy, so it was good. Got to, it was good. It helped him out a little bit. Well, anyway, so now I'm about 5 minutes late, right? So now I'm like, oh snap. Well, now I'm on my way out, and the big baller coach is like, hey man, you got one more roll in you, or you got to leave. Well, he's like the grandmaster ninja. What am I gonna say? Well, of course I've got time to roll with you. Like, are you kidding me? So this is like the PhD of Jitsu, right? This guy, total humble. So I'm like, okay. And here's another thing too, another lesson. He fights, he competes on like a global level this Sunday.
So is Coach Matt.
Well, this is like a training camp when you're, and not that I'm not speaking from experience. It's just because I'm around these amazing athletes, these literally professional athletes. The train up, the camp, the lead up to competition is like holy grail training time, right? So my big baller PhD coach, black belt, says, hey Noble, do you have another roll in me? Well, normally black belts don't roll with guys like me, because
you're blue belt. Come on.
Well, I'm what, but I'm like super.
You're blue belt.
Yes, so they roll with people at much more advanced than me. Anyway, so he asked me, I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you kidding me? I'm going to jump on this opportunity. Well, so we roll, right? We roll, and of course he could have tapped me, choked me out, broke my arms probably 10 times in 5 minutes. Maybe 15 times. But he's getting ready for this roll, and he, I know why he wanted to roll with me. I'm probably twice his size. And so he's going to roll in it's called absolute, which means you go up against anybody, any size, and belt. And so I know so boom, I'm going to be a good training partner again. And I wish I was a better training partner and knew what I was doing more. But anyway, but here's what happened. So again, he could have tapped me out 10 or 15 times. Again, humility. He didn't have to tap me out 10 or 15 times to let me know that he's better than me, right? I knew it. He knew it. He knows it. So in leadership, like, do you because you may be more experienced, more dialed in a particular area, do you have to broadcast it, right? If you do, right? It's the whole, was it Margaret Thatcher? If you have to tell someone you're in power or in leadership or in control, you aren't. Excuse me. So anyway, he didn't have to tap me out 10 or 15 times for me to know that obviously I knew he could have done it at any point. He could have finished the match. But he wanted to just get the roll in. Well, when we're done, I'm just ecstatic that I'm rolling with this black belt, right? I'm stoked because it's like, it's awesome. Just learning just is amazing. So when we're done, he's like, hey Noble, so you know, how did I feel? Did I feel, you know, do you feel like I felt, you know, strong? You know, I'm like, what? I mean, it hit me. Like, I was like, man, here's this guy, like, it was powerful experience for me because, and I love this guy. He's just so humble, but he's got probably 20,000 hours in the fight game, right? Fighting, jiu-jitsu, competition, MMA, like, this guy's a killer. And here he is, still the highest belt in the class at the gym, and still teachable, still, you know, and of course, not that I'm not going to teach him anything, but just so humble. The fact that he would even roll that question out is mind-boggling to me, right? So I just thought it was just a powerful leadership lesson for me that, man, here's this guy that is literally got 18 years more experience than me at fighting and stuff, 20 years or more, and still just asking this new guy how I think that I've 2 years, how I think that he felt. And it just was a great leadership lesson for me. And then he gave me feedback. Hey, Noble, you know, here's some things to think about, to be thinking about and stuff. And one of the things in this book called The Influencer, you always want to provide clear and immediate feedback. And he did it in a way that was safe. He wasn't degrading. He did it as a coach, not as a boss, or it was awesome. So his humility set the environment, an amazing learning environment for me. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. If you got anything from this, man, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you had any takeaways from this, anything that maybe stood out to you, I'd love to hear. Maybe tag someone if you feel like somebody else would maybe get something from some of those lessons. But I always want to share that. Big props to the instructors at our gym, and they're amazing. I just thank God to be able to learn from leaders like that. You guys rock. God bless you all.